Hey there, District 300 teachers. Avra here with Cami. So in this video, we want to take a look at some of the possibilities for English learners in Cami. Cami has a wide variety of tools that are wonderful for accessibility and language learning. Let's take a look. Let's begin by taking a look at the Read Aloud option. The Read Aloud option is here in the toolbar. If we click, you'll see we get a submenu that allows us options for navigating through the text. We can also change the voice and the speed. For example, let's head to a different tab where we have a text that's written in Spanish. Right now, if we were to use the Read Aloud option and have these words read to us, the pronunciation would not be appropriate.
Jeffrey es un estudiante de cuarto.
As you can see, that's an English reader trying to read Spanish without appropriate pronunciation. So let's go here to the Change Voice option and click. Now we get a Read Aloud voice selection box. We could change to a different English voice, but because this text is written in Spanish, we can instead search for Spanish voices. We can come and choose one, and then hit save. Now you'll see the word Paulina is written here, and when we highlight this text, it'll be written with appropriate pronunciation.
Jeffrey es un estudiante de cuarto grado.
Then, if we'd like to slow this down, we can either go back into the Read Aloud voice selection and use the speed tool here, or we can use the speed tool right here.
Jeffrey es un estudiante de cuarto grado.
Next, let's take a look at voice typing for an option for our English learners. If students use the text box tool, they can click on it and then click somewhere on the page. I'll start by voice typing in English. All I have to do is click to create a text box, and this action bar will appear. This is voice typing. I am going to the beach. You can see that it transcribed my dictation very well. However, if I were to try to do this in another language, it wouldn't work as well. Je vais à la plage. You can see that it doesn't know what words to type. So what students and teachers will need to do is head up to the top right of the Cami window. When they find their initials here in the top right, they can click and choose Settings. From here, they should head over to where it says App Settings. This is where they can choose their voice typing language. So I'll come and choose French. And now you can see it's telling us to reload the app to see changes. So we can simply click on Reload, and very quickly, Cami will reload. This is an example that's within Schoology. This would be the same if students weren't working on an assignment in Schoology, if they were just working in Cami. Now, let's take a look at creating a text box with voice typing, but in French. Je vais à la plage. You can see that not only has it done a great job of writing the words in French, but the accent marks are even there as well. This can be an awesome tool for students as they are exploring different languages, and this is something that you can use with your English learners so that they're able to dictate in their native language or in the target language. Another option to explore is the Google Translate option that's built into Google Chrome. So if we head up to the top right of our Google Chrome window, we'll see this 3-dot More menu. If we click this, we can head down about 2/3 of the way there and see the Translate option. We can click, and now you'll notice that there's a Translate option here in the address bar. This allows us to choose different languages. The most recent language I've used is Spanish, but this 3-dot menu here allows us to go in and translate to a different language. Let's use Spanish as an example right now. When I click from English to Spanish, you'll notice that now the interface of Kami has changed. So all of our menus, as well as the toolbar on the left, are all written in Spanish. This is something that can be quickly toggled back and forth. We can click on English, and now all of those menus are back to being written in English. This is a powerful way for you to empower your students to be able to have the interface of Kami changed into a different language. Kami also has a feature that allows students to change the interface. If we head up again to the settings here, if we go to the student's initials and head down to settings, inside those app settings, you'll notice that we have a general language preference. So this could be changed to a different language as well. Once again, we'll need to reload. And when we do, you'll notice that all of these menus, again, are now in that other language. So you may have noticed when we used the Google Translate option within Google Chrome, or when we changed the settings within the Kami interface by going to the settings of the user, the translation happened with the menus as well as with the toolbar. However, you may have noticed that the text itself wasn't translated. We now have a translate tool that we're building into Kami. This tool currently, as I make this video in January of 2025, is in what's called beta. What beta means is that it's still being tested and improved all the time. So it's not perfect yet. However, I think you'll find it is very powerful. It lives up in this menu option called reading right now. We might see this change to a different word at some point as more functionality is added to this menu option. Right now, we'll click here, and you can see that we have a dictionary, we have the translate text option, and we have a translate area option. Let's explore all three. First of all, the dictionary is a wonderful tool. Students can click on any word and see it defined. The read aloud is also built into the dictionary, so students can have either just the word or the definitions read to them. Additionally, there is a multilingual dictionary that's being built out as well. Currently, there are only 3 languages: United States English, UK English, and Spanish. However, we will see more languages come to that dictionary soon. Now, let's take a look at the translate text option. We can highlight a section of text, and the translate tool will translate those words right here on the page. We can drop down this menu in order to change to a different language. Additionally, we can have these words read aloud to us.
Hasta hace poco más de 50 años, nadie sabía.
We can also click here, and the words will be put into a comment that can remain here in the margin on the side of the page. Lastly, there's an option to simply copy the text, the Spanish text, in order to go and paste it somewhere else. That's the translate text option. Another option is translate area. This is where teachers or students could simply draw a box around a section of text, and the same thing will happen. The text will be translated. This works really well for situations where you don't want the whole page read. Maybe you just want a certain section over here to be translated or read aloud.
Evaluación. Evaluación.
You can also, of course, Draw a box around a much larger, longer paragraph, and that will be translated as well. Keeping in mind that that create comment option works here as well. These have been some of the ways that we can support English learners using the tools in Kami. If you have any questions regarding these ideas or anything about Kami, I hope you won't hesitate to reach out. Thanks so much for watching.